Hello, everybody. Waiting for this to even upload. People see that I'm on tonight. Figured it's 10 o'clock by myself in the hospital. So I thought I'd come on, talk about trial today. Very long, very, very long. And just really came out here to shoot the shit with anybody who wanted to. Pretty much. But not sure if there's anybody out there who is either up or probably someplace else at the time, because God knows I didn't even look to see who was live, because it's 10 o'clock and I never go live at this time. Very rarely. Uh, Almost never. That's actually better. Hey, Toodles, how are you? Tooties. Sorry. Tooties. How are you? I hope I'm saying that right. My eyes are terrible and I do not have my glasses with me here in the hospital. So, what are you up to today? How am I? I've been better. I'm in the hospital. Kind of sucks. I'm just kind of lonely, actually, and busy watching the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case. Um, Looking around and wondering why our media is still acting like she's the poor victim. Yes, I can see you. You're the only one I can see. You're the only one here, as far as I'm aware. Yeah. Can you see? Well, I don't have my camera on only because I look like hell right now at the moment. Um, but how are you today? How was your day? Did you do anything good? Anything exciting? My day? No, no. Laying in a hospital bed. Really not fun. But watching the trial. But that also can become mind numbing after a while when you're watching that kind of trial. Hey, Stasia, welcome. Hey, thanks for stopping by. I'm kind of just decided to go live. I wasn't sure if anybody would be interested in hearing me talk this evening. How am I feeling? Nah, not so good. Um, just kind of in pain, but I need to get better for my friend's bachelorette and her wedding. And now I didn't think it was that important to go to her bachelorette, but I just spoke with someone and made it very important that I have to go to this bachelorette party, which is a week from Saturday. So, yeah, I'm on the first floor, so I'm right by where all the ambulance come in and everything like that. That's where I am. But yeah, I guess my notifications didn't go out or anything. Thank you, Stasia. I appreciate it. I don't think my notifications went out at all. Did you get a Did you guys get a notification, or did you by any chance just see me, scrolling through YouTube? Because I'm telling you, my notifications have not been going out lately at all. Because I have people who have told me that they haven't been receiving notifications either. So I'm like, what the hell do I do if my notifications aren't going out or only going out to a certain few? I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know if anybody watched the case today. It was pretty much Johnny Depp all day long. And once her lawyers got up there, it everything is an objection. It's hearsay. It's hearsay. They are the pettiest lawyers I've ever seen. They're the worst lawyers I've ever seen. And they're really going low. Oh, Three, three MC. You just got yours? Thank you. All right, good. Then they're still going out. I know. I know. I am too. I really am. Like, I'm just like, for me, I find this to be important because, and I said this to a lot of my friends that are like, why are you so into this case? Why are you so, brought into like most people think it's because it has to do with celebrities and it's pop culture. Believe it or not, that has nothing to do with it. Well, I guess it does play a role because of what their status is and whatever they say gets out into public. And let's face it. I mean, any of us who have been following this uh, trial know how much she's lying, and we've been following it for 2 years. Since then I have been looking for any truth, any truth at all, um, with any allegations that she made or accusations. What will be interesting is to see what their proof is going to be, what their facts and evidence is going to be when it comes to this trial, because she doesn't really have any facts or proof except for the pictures that she took that pretty much everybody knows has already been faked and doctored. So, um, the fact is, she's a very either she's one of a few that she thinks she's that insecure. I don't know how or why, that she can't do it on her own, that she needs to attach her name to somebody else to be a big star. I believe that's what she did with Johnny Depp. I do believe she might have been totally into him into the beginning of the marriage. As his hair grew, as he got older, she probably was starting to lose interest a little bit. Mind you, I think what they were together maybe 3 tops 4 years altogether. Um, and it was like something that Johnny Depp's never seen before. Now, this is something that he said that really resonated was, in all my life, no women have ever accused me of laying hands on them. Why would I start now in my 50s? And to me, that made a great point. Hey, Gemma, how are you? Coming on just to talk because, still stuck in the hospital and, can't get out. Because the days that I'm in the hospital, I'm never on like this. Gemma knows I'm never on like this. She's going to lose. I hope, I hope it doesn't take much for someone to go, well, maybe. And that's all her lawyer team is doing, is setting up the well maybes, because they don't have anything else. So they want to make him look like a monster because he's a drunk and he takes pills and he's out, he's always raged. No, not Johnny Depp. Not Johnny Depp at all. Um, he's quite reserved, always has been. But did I believe it in the beginning? Yeah, I believed it until I heard the audio tapes, which I guess I believed then for about a good 3 years. Um, did I really care? No, I kind of moved on with my life until I heard these audio tapes during the pandemic. Heard these audio tapes and heard her basically say, no one's going to believe you. What are you going to say? I was abused. I was hit. No one's going to believe you over me. You're a fat 50-year-old man. No one's ever going to believe you. And basically, there were setups, obviously. So what does he get in return for giving not only her friends, all her friends, and all their spouses and who they want to stay in the penthouse? Wait, free of charge? Yes, free of charge. No charge. He didn't charge these people at all to stay there. Um, And how was he repaid? By someone taking a dump in his bed. Now, do we know it's Amber? Now, I've heard some people say absolutely they know it's Amber. There was this, that, and the other thing. In the beginning of the UK trial, they thought it was Io Tillett. They were blaming it on Io Tillett. But I have not seen Io Tillett around. It doesn't mean that she's still not supporting her with her. Oh, oh, I'm just, Gemma, you're easy to be friends with. You're wonderful. You're such a sweet person. Love can turn to hate. And hate can turn to love. And there is a definite fine line between hate and love, because you can love somebody so much and they do one thing to hurt you. You want to beat the shit out of them. And if you hate somebody, you want to beat the shit out of them. So the the name of the game is here. You cannot put your hands on somebody else for unless it's to protect yourself. You are not supposed to touch anybody else in a physical way of harm. It's not such a hard thing. Now, back when I was young, they encouraged you to get the fight and get it over and done with. Not necessarily in school, but the parents knew about it. But most of the time, when the kids would get in fistfights, I was not excluded from that group. Um, when we got into fistfights, like there may have been lingering attitudes, hatred or meanness towards each other, but then it was yesterday's news, and it was, and parents looked after all parents' kids. And let me tell you, if anybody's parent went to my mom or dad and told them I did shit, my parents going to believe the adults. They were going to believe me. The world has changed quite a bit since I've been a child. That's for damn freaking sure. Hi, Jonathan. Good to see you, honey. Glad you can come. This is such late at night. This is late for me. And it was funny because as you all know, I have like another wedding coming up. Um, and this one is going to be in the Finger Lakes up in New York, which I've never been to. So I'm so excited about that. So her bachelorette party is coming up, and a week from this weekend. It's the last weekend in April. And it was funny because the girl who I didn't know invited me to stay in the hotel room because apparently it's a suite. So there's a couple of bedrooms inside. So I don't know this girl. So I'm like, okay. And she's been very nice. And I emailed her or texted her in regards to the Bachelorette. She's like, oh, I think we changed our mind. I think someone's going to take that room now after all. Okay. Would have been nice to know because what if I didn't know? Like really? So I was talking with my friend Pam, and she's like, you're staying here. You're staying at my house. That's the way it's gonna go. You're gonna go with me. If you don't feel good, we're gonna take you home, and that's the way it is. I'm like, okay, that I can handle. That I can handle. So I'm just like, I can't do the bar crawls and stuff like that. And I can't do the, am I buffering by any chance, guys? Just wondering because I just noticed that like something went in and out. So I was curious. Hi, Grace. Oh, Gemma's Journey Grace. That's who she's talking to. The news says that Russia Putin is testing a rocket called Jesus Christ, Satan 2, anything like that. But today they are testing it during the rage times. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's shit I don't even want to know about. Ah, God. I don't even want to know about that shit anymore. Something's going to happen is going to happen. If not, there's nothing we can do to control it. When it's something that is completely and totally out of your hands, I'm really trying to find ways to de-stress on things that I cannot control. So it's, you see the crazy shit going on around you in the world. And I mean, I guess these are the times where people say that having a faith in something is important. And I still believe in God. I'm still a Christian. I'm just not a Catholic Christian anymore. That's all. And I talked to my mom about it. I guess if that was the one person that I was going to tell, who might be hurt, would be my mother. And, the schools I went to, the nuns and priests that I dealt with, who some of them are in prison right now. Just saying. Think that gives me a good reason to question the Catholic faith, but that's just me. I'm not questioning anybody else, because most people I know are Catholic or Jewish, one or the other. They're the two. But so yeah, with the whole Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, what bothers me about this whole thing, and the reason why I'm so invested in this story, is because of the Me Too movement. I was a big fan and agreed with the whole Me Too. I was a hashtag Me Too as well. But then it was hijacked by somebody else. And they say believe all women. Why? Because women can't lie. Women can lie. Women can lie about, you know, SA or DV if they really want to get at their partner. I've seen it happen all the time. So that's why all women cannot be believed all the time, because this is what's going to happen to men. Men's going to lose their job. And think about it. You got somebody who's like Johnny Depp, and they take him out of Fantastic Beast. They pulled him out of Pirates of the Caribbean, which he is the pirate of the Caribbean. That's who he is. Like Margot Robbie's great as an actress, not as a Captain Jack Sparrow. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just not something Margot Robbie was meant to play. It's just not. I mean, who wants to go watch Captain Jack Sparrow if it's now done by a bunch of girls? They're the worst movies ever. When we need to redo that ourselves, like Ghostbusters, or um, apparently someone was just saying the other night that they're trying to do Steel Magnolias. Don't touch it if it's not broken, or you're gonna break it. Like Steel Magnolias. Like why would anybody redo that? Or there was other ones that people redo. Like, why would you redo that? Like, there are certain movies that shouldn't be touched. Like The Goonies should never be remade, ever, ever, ever. That was amazing. And there was a lot that went into that. Oh, I make you feel less alone. Oh, Gemma, if I could do that, then coming on here means a lot to me then. Because I don't know who wants to hang out with him here sometimes, because, I'm not a gossip channel. I am for pop culture, but internet crap, no, I'm not a gossip channel. I'm not any of those channels anymore. I get along with everybody, and that's how I'm going to keep it. People don't like me. I'm sorry, but that's not something I can care or worry about. That's how I feel completely. And with my girls, kind of moving on, one being a freshman, the other one in fifth grade, and she's having her first play. This is like her first real thing. She did try cheerleading back in the day, but she's now dedicated to this play, and she wants to do this just like her sister does. So she's excited for stuff like that. Um, Anywho, yeah, I'm really not popular or into any of that crazy ass stuff. It just brings you anxiety and agita, and it's just stuff I don't need to have in my life. Even if I come on here just to talk about Johnny Depp Amber Heard stuff, and nobody wants to talk, but like if Gemma's just like, "Hey, I'm here," then I feel good that somebody's here that I'm talking to. quality, quality over quantity. Thank you. Like, yeah, I'm having trouble. Remember, I'm on medication, so my head's kind of spinning. Um, yeah, that's what I care about. And it's been the same people who pretty much have supported me. I'm not in with people anymore who want to double cross people or anything like that. Not that I don't think I ever was, but I was in groups that were in groups that were in groups. And the funny thing is, we came from the drama channels and stuff like that. And to this day, I still don't know how I got sucked into drama, but I got sucked into drama. And then, you know, I see what these women go through. And all of this antics are kind of childish, if you ask me. Like, when you go and you talk about your kids and being in middle school or a freshman or whatever it was, that was your really tough year in school, or where you felt like you were bullied more than other years and things like that. It does, that stuff does weigh on you, and it does, it can it can stay with you, definitely can. It's just a matter of how you handle it. And for me and my kids, when we talk about it, like, I try to let them know that there's no way that there's not going to be stress. You're not going to be stress free. That's not how it works. It's all on how you handle it. And I don't know how I got to the place where we were just talking about. Oh yeah, we were talking about the drama community. But for me, I gotta be a role model for my kids. Being on here cursing people off and you know yelling, I can't do that. I can't have my kids see me like that all the time. Like, it's just, for me, like I said, having children and having keeps me grounded, keeps me, on what I need to do, what I need to focus on. I've been so busy with these kids, and I'm going to be so busy until mid July, easy. And July from August will fill up immediately. That's without a doubt. But we've got like all these freaking parties. It's like all of a sudden COVID's over and everybody is having a big shindig. That's kind of what I feel like is going on. Especially like the wedding we just went to. I'm like, that band was unbelievable. Um, and then the next wedding we're going to, like I said, is in the Finger Lakes. That'll be fun. With the kids being home for summer, we're going to do a lot of day trips. My daughter went to New Hope today. We don't live far from New Hope. And what they did is they went down to the Bucks County Theater. There's a Playhouse Theater. They went to go see different plays down there. And they got to like roam around a little bit. My daughter's like, oh my God, New Hope is amazing. I'm like, yeah. She's like, why don't we ever go? I'm like, you guys have always been too young, nor would you have cared about this stuff before. So as they're getting older, they're starting to like these little small shops and going to small shops and stuff. We also like to go to Lancaster and do outlet shopping. That's always fun. I keep losing myself, losing track of thought when I'm talking about Johnny Depp. So today there was a lot that came out. Let's face it didn't make him look very good. A couple of recordings that came out. Um, but let's remember, she's secretly recording him without his knowledge in his own home. I believe they have said that is against the law. So Johnny's pissed about that. But as I'm looking at our news media, they are focusing on the words and the nasty comments that he had with private friends, one on one. Like, he would be talking to his friend. Like, think about this. Think about your closest friends that you confide in. And now all of a sudden they want your phone. And they can look at your text from all the way back from 2016. And they want to bring out the shit that's on there. You either A, you might not remember it. B, you were in a different headspace. And especially like if you're going through a divorce or something nasty in your family, um, you're going to start talking shit. And if it ain't to them and it ain't behind their back and it's to a friend, that's what it is. Some of this stuff he said was quite vile. I will agree. Um, but let's say what it is. They're words. These are words. These are not physical action causing physical harm. They're not. Um, it's just that this girl, this girl being Amber Heard, no one knew her. Okay, nobody knew her before their own diaries. She really didn't have a name anywhere. I do remember seeing her in a movie, going, "Oh my gosh, that girl is stunningly beautiful." Yes, and then I found out that stunningly beautiful person was dating Johnny Depp. Well, of course, they're two beautiful people. Why wouldn't they be? And so from there on out, like there's so much behind this story and behind closed doors that nobody really knew about until this trial. And he he's not a violent person. If you can't tell by just his demeanor. And seriously, why would he cut his own finger off? You said you cut it. Why would I cut my own finger off? Now, did he go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and start writing on the wall with his blood? Yeah, it's a little cuckoo. I would agree. Um, I don't believe that that's kind of gross if you're dipping your hand. Plus, you just severed your finger and you're sticking it in paint. I'm sure that can't be good for the finger. Um, but so yeah, I didn't know about that part about him sticking his hand in paint or you writing it in blood and paint. When I was looking at the videos, I really couldn't read his writing because necessarily I don't think he was looking at his writing and going, I should do this, that, and the other thing. I think he did it and ran out and went to the hospital. Um, but they had a very toxic relationship. And I do believe he didn't know how to handle her. He didn't know how to handle her crazy, but somehow or another, he was still in love with her. And there was just something about her that kept drawing him to her. And there was a point where he had realized he had had enough. So when that TMZ video came out, now it's one of two things. I've heard two things, but the one thing I always heard that was about was someone had taken money from him. He had lost money because somehow or another somebody had taken money from his account. So now here's another thing. If you're watching the trial, she has a cup with her, right? So she sits this phone back because she's recording him secretly in his house. Oh, and she's talking to him as if she's mad. He's mad at her. That was never what was going on. He was mad. He wasn't mad at her, but he was mad. And, he's slamming cabinet doors, decides to pour, they call it a mega pint. And he went, oh, what? Today, it's a mega pint. He's like, a big glass of wine? Yes. So what's funny to me is that they are constantly taking his words from the son and using it against him. Now, when this bitch takes the stage, they better have all of that information from the son because everything's going to be inconsistent on her part. Everything. Hey, Nancy Drew, welcome. We're just chilling out, talking about you know who and the turd and just other things, and because I'm bored and I'm in the hospital and I'm looking for friends to hang out with. That's what's going on with me. And as I was saying to them, I got a lot going on with coming up this weekend, which I'm super excited about. Super excited. But this whole case is definitely has piqued my interest. I wish I wish Johnny talked a little bit faster, just a little, because his his talking. And I know I talk sometimes, and I know I can slightly stutter over my words sometimes and fumble my, as I'm doing it right now, my words. And I think that's what he does, but on another level. I'm hooked on this case, right? Nancy, you know what? I appreciate that. But you know what? Here's the deal. I don't, I'm not going to say I don't mind. Wrong words. It's a part of my life. It's a part of my life that I hate, but I have to accept that it's a part of my life. So there you go. Like, that's what I got to do. So on Thursday of last week, when I called my doctor, I was like, hey, I got this big bulging thing sticking out of my stomach. What do you think? And she's like, I think you need to go to the hospital right now. And I'm like, no. And she's like, why not? And oh, yeah, the holiday weekend. I said, I've missed easy three Easters with my kids because of hospitals. So no, it wasn't something that I was willing to do, was to go into a hospital for Easter. So I had promised his parents, my in-laws, and my mother and my father that I would go immediately first thing Monday morning, which I did. Their ER is the absolute worst. I mean, that was the biggest reason why I was like kicking back is I got to get through that freaking ER, and that's what's so frustrating. And I'm just like, ugh. So I took an Uber down here on Monday, and they still don't know what it is, and just going to try and keep moving on, keep going because I got places I want to go. I got people I need to see. I got to get the freak out of here. Get me the fuck out of here, man. I'm driving me nuts. Stir crazy is more like it. But yeah. But real quick, the Johnny Depp thing, just to make my final say for actually what happened for the day. Um, I give this day to Amber. Amber gets this day. I don't want to give it to her, but I don't know how the jury is looking at his his alcoholism or his drug problem, which he basically said I really didn't have a drug problem. He was just probably overdiagnosed. I've been overdiagnosed before, and that's why I don't take it anymore because it's easy to get, especially when you're overdiagnosed. But since all that narcotic uh, stuff came down, it's never been an issue anymore. So for me, I just want to cover this story. I enjoy covering this story. Um, I do this for fun. I don't do this because yeah, that whole thing, Nancy, is weird. The whole thing. And what I mean is like the whole dipping his hand in paint to write stuff. Like that's weird. But yeah, your wife just cut your finger off in an outburst, outrage, manic way that she is. And that's the truth. She's very manic. She becomes very manic when she's fighting. And because of that, when you have nothing but yes people around you, like her sister's friend, her now girlfriend, Eve Barlow, um, Io Tillett, you have all these people who are behind her, and everything's yes, Amber, yes, Amber, yes, Amber. You know, it's not worth it. Ugh, like I could never live that way and just be a yes person and consider that person a friend when I can't even look at them and go, yo, you're acting like an ass with them. Now, do I have friends who may not react to that pretty well? Absolutely do. You just have to approach them in a different way. That's how I am. So I am going to probably sign off here. It's been a quiet night, but that's fine. All is good. Um, I'm just gonna find some stuff to watch here in the hospital. I do want to go live tomorrow morning before the case. I do, but it comes to these freaking doctors and when they get to my room. So it will depend on that. Otherwise, yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow or person tomorrow. And if anybody's watching the replay, bless your heart tomorrow. And hopefully, I'll be getting out of this place sooner than later. I mean, really, getting out sooner than later. I'm done. I'm already done. I'm ready for all these events coming up. That's what I'm ready for. Fun. All right. Thanks, guys, for coming in. I appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. And I will see you either around on the YouTube streets right now or tomorrow. Okay? Bye.